Let's throw up the map screen while I join this game. I'll see if Scan wants to host because I don't want to cause any lag or anything like that. Yeah, just waiting to see if Scan wants to host now. The map order for the finals, there are no bans, so we will see to start with Return of the King, Camelot, La Mancha, Outlier, and Icarus, and as usual we will have a 4-player map, followed by a 2-player map, followed by a 4-player map, followed by a 3-player map, and finished off with a 4-player map. Now Icarus is probably the most standard map in the pool, I would say. Camelot is kind of standard but very new. Should be some very interesting games here. Now both of these are teammates as well. I believe they're both probably friends as well, at least they do speak to each other a lot, since they are on the Soul Clan together, so... And it's not a ZVZ final overall, so... That is kind of cool. ZVZ is fun of course, but at the end of it all, having a ZVZ to wrap everything up would be a little bit disappointing because it is over a lot quicker. And now we're just waiting for Scan to host up, and then we can get going. Apparently I need to check the prize pool, so let's have a look. And my goodness, we do now have a $235 prize pool. Thank you, Dazanezi, who I think is Fujikara, for donating $100, saying Soul Gaming Finals, so he's actually just paying his players. Like, one of the players in Soul will be taking home the vast majority share of... Well, Soul in general will be taking the vast majority share because they will get the first and second prizes. We won't know who, of course, is going to be getting them, but thank you very much for the donation, of course. Thank you, everyone else. Thank you, Gabriel Verlaine, for once again supporting the tournament, donating $100. Like, he is so generous. I don't know how I can thank him enough. And I've actually just given myself cramp in my foot, so this is going to be very, very uncomfortable. Hopefully that should be okay. But he is rooting for me, so he says that. There we go, and thanks to everyone, of course, who has used the code and everything. Looks like I've got the top donors there, but you can see a full list of everybody who donated. I don't know if there's any codes left. I'm not sure if it updates the overlay like that, but if there is, guys, just put it in. It's a free $1 donation. And it does go directly to the players, so don't worry about anything like that. And just waiting now for this amazing final to get started. So once again, thank you to everyone who donated. Looks like we are going in to the first game. It will be on Return of the King, and it is in TW1. Wait, I wonder if that's actually part of the name. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Maybe not, I guess. There we go. Let's join TW1. Let's find out what Miso wants. I think he just needs to wait a second, maybe to download the map. Maybe he wants us to cast from replays again like we did last week, but we'll see if there's any lag. My toes are curling up all this money. Oh boy. So yeah guys, we're in the finals once again. It's been 12 weeks of these, and somehow The tournament still continues to amaze me. We get better and better players every single week. We don't always get the same amount of players signing up, but you know what, that's not a problem. As long as everyone who signs up has a lot of fun, that's why I run these things. I would run these things for 2 players if it meant they enjoyed it, you know? That's why I do this. It's a lot of fun for me. I enjoy casting. I get to cast with Sail most often with these, with Cadenzi sometimes. Cadenzi must have been a bit busy today, which is why Cadenzi hasn't done this, so it looks like Miso wants turn rate 16, so I will back up and Scan can rehost, I guess. Because we don't want to cause any problems. If there is any lag, I will leave as well, but Miso does like to play on turn rate 16. Let's just check chat, see exactly what's going on. Apparently NetWars has dropped out of SKTL. Looks like Koga has just appeared in the chat, so... maybe he's been there the whole time, but I can't really see the chat all the time. This is one of those awkward things. Let's see if I can rejoin the game. Maybe they're not doing turn rate 16. I guess we'll find out, but yep. I wonder if my cat's still behind me. Yes, she is. Wait, it's so awkward moving, but here we go, we're jumping it into the game. Let's jump across to here. We need to make sure that everything is actually set up, which we'll do in just a moment. We're going to be moving on to Return of the King here, and in the top left position we will have the Teal Terran Solteez Scan. And in the bottom right position we will have the Purple Zerg Sol Z Miso. Now, one thing to note, this is a best of 5. I did go through the map pool before, but we will be starting off with Return of the King, moving on to Camelot, going on to La Mancha, heading on to Outlier, and then we will, if it goes to a game 5, we'll be heading to Icarus for the first time today. So let's just quickly set this all up, just make sure it's all fine. We do have the Teal Terran, who is Scan, and of course the Purple Zerg, who is Misa. I believe the overlay should be all up to date now. One last call, I guess. If you do want to donate a free $1 to the prize pool, there should still be some codes left, so please go to the website, the Matcherino website, do !Matcherino, pop the code in the donations box, and just click donate, and that will add that perfectly, completely free. Thank you to Matcherino once again for supplying me with those codes. Really big help to the prize pool, so... yeah, let's see what the build orders are going to look like from Scan and Miso. Once again, we see Scan playing another one of his clanmates. A different clan though, but clanmates none the same, probably friends as well. So we could see some very, very interesting build orders coming out from both of them as they try and I was going to say outweigh, but I'm trying to think of the right word really. Kind of like throw the opponent off. Playing with friends is probably the hardest. I'd say playing with friends is actually probably the hardest thing you could possibly do in Brood War. These players probably practice a lot together. I know I've seen Scan play with Miso on stream before, so they will know each other's styles really well, they'll know each other's builds. And it's in moments like that you have to wonder if they've been holding anything back from each other just in case they do find just in case they do find each other in the finals of a tournament like this, or even in any game. Most of them will be playing like clan leagues together, but you know what, at the end of the day, all that really matters in the long term is going to be these solo tournaments against each other, because clan leagues, you practice with each other for them, but you never really come across each other, and you're likely not going to come across the same styles a lot from other teams. So what is Miso going to do here to help beat him, or help do what he can to take his second consecutive Clash for Char? This will be his second overall as well. He did lose to Shiny in the finals, I believe, of the 8th week of Clash for Char. We do see Scan once again going for this tech build, a little bit of drone micro, a little bit of drone why do I keep forgetting the basic words today? It's kind of crazy. A little bit of drone harass coming out from Miso. Now look at this. Miso's actually hiding a third hatchery up here. Now, will Scan see this? Let's actually have a look at his vision to see where he scouts in the base. I'm not sure if they would have played each other. Looks like he's not going to go and check it yet. But is he going to check for it? Now, he sees the gas. He is going to find the third hatchery. So, nicely played by Scan. Will know exactly what he's up against. Will go straight into the starport. Now, I imagine what probably would have changed from seeing this is when you actually get... when you go for this early starport play, against 2 hatcheries you really need the armory straight away, but against 3 hatch you can actually often opt to skip straight into vessels. Now, I know Scan has been practicing this Valkyrie build a lot recently, so I'm not sure if he's going to be doing that. Now look at this, he's actually scouting around for any hidden lings, any hidden bases, and any hidden drones as well with his first 2 Marines. Really nicely played by Scan. Just doing what he can now. Miso, of course, doing a very good job as well. He is droning up on his 3 hatcheries. Looks like he did manage to catch the SCV in the end. That's Zergling with the 1 kill. And he's got pretty good Overlord spread at the moment. Now, Return of the King is a very interesting map. There is that big high ground pod in the middle. The naturals are in fact on low ground. There is an inverse ramp going up to the middle ground. And you have this weird passageway over to the third, which can actually benefit lurkers on offense very well, because you can actually put lurkers up on this ramp and shoot down any bio down there. But I don't think we're likely going to see this. We see the first vulture is now out for Scan. This has forced the sunken colony by Miso, just making sure he doesn't die. And you can also see him leaving the 2 Zerglings on the ramp. I've come across this far too often when I've done this style that Scan's actually playing. Now, is Scan going to add an armory, or is he going into a dropship? It's possible he is going fancy style here, and we could see mines out of the factory, more vultures, and a drop. This is a very droppable main. He did this the last time he played this map as well against Richley, so not really surprising. We see it again. And apparently the code is in the top left. Hopefully it's big enough for you to see. The prize pool overall at the moment is $235 US, which is incredibly impressive. I think that's actually the highest the Clash of Char has had, so thank you very much to the donators. And here we go. Let's see what the tech is going to be from Miso. It looks like he's going to add the Evolution Chamber to get a Spore to deal with the Wraith. This first Wraith isn't to go into mass Wraiths. It's just there to sort of give yourself a buffer. Adding the Armory and the Academy at the same time will allow him to go into Valkyries. Looks like the Wraith is on 3 kills already, gonna get a 4th here with the Overlord. Miso actually building more Overlords than he needs right now, just to make sure he doesn't lose anything. Now, does he have a Hydralisk? No, he doesn't. It looks like straight Muta will be the answer. And there we go, some Mutas will be popping out very soon. Looks like we do see the drop coming in as well. Some really nice mine placement actually by Scan. Just checking for anything leaving. Will cut those off. Oh my god, the Scourge could get the dropship though. This would be so huge. Are the Scourge getting the dropship? Are the Scourge getting the dropship? Yes, they are. 3 vultures do go down completely for without doing any damage whatsoever. And that was such an important pick-off by Miso there. Really well spotted with his Scourge and his Overlord. So well played. Scan is going to be set back quite considerably here actually. That drop is meant to sort of delay the Mutas from getting into your base. It looks like the Wraith has come back home. The Hero Wraith getting the 4 kills, not sticking around longer than it needs to. Even clearing up the mines with his Mutas and Scourge. Now there will be a Valkyrie here soon. The Valkyrie just popped out. Here we go. But it's going to be very difficult to actually micro against this amount of Scourge and Mutalisks. Looks like they're going to go in. They're going to go in from this angle, try and take out as many SCVs as they can. But he knows that there's going to be a Valkyrie coming. He's played against this style enough from Scan. The Wraith does go down. The Valkyrie is very close to going down as well. Looks like he's got 2 Scourge waiting. A nice shot does go down by the Valkyrie. They're doing a little bit of damage to the Mutalisks, but there's no turrets, or there's 1 turret at least at each base. But Scan is losing so many SCVs to this, and the Valkyrie still doing a really nice job just microing around. Actually takes out 1 of the Scourge, taking out the 2nd Scourge as well. The Valkyrie's so close to death, but here we go. Here comes the repair. Is it going to be enough? No, the repair is not going to be enough, but look at how bruised the Mutalisks are now. They're going to be sent further away. And there we go. Scan, not really unfortunately, but Scan finding himself getting a little bit picked apart by the Mutalisks here. Kind of like what happened in the game against Richley. Of course, that was a very different situation. But Miso, with units all over the place, just trying to get as much vision on the map as possible. He's taken his third hatchery. He's going to be going up to Hive at some point soon, actually adding a fifth hatchery in his main. No, that will be a fifth hatchery. I can count. It's all okay, guys. I know what I'm doing. We actually see Goliath now coming out from Scan, as he does know that he is going to be behind for at least a considerable time being. The coupon... Okay, so if the coupon isn't valid anymore, guys, it means it's all been used up, unfortunately. But thank you to everyone who did use it. Has added a lot to the prize pool, so... if it says it's not valid, yeah, it does mean it's used up. I had this last week. Maybe Sermi will be kind enough and give us a few more codes, but it doesn't really matter. They did give us $30 worth to the prize pool, completely out of their own generosity. So once again, huge shout outs to Matcherino. While we just wait for sort of the next stage in this game to really occur. Looks like Miso has correctly identified that there is going to be mech play coming up out of Scan, now adding up to 4 factories. This isn't a bad map for mech, actually. You can get a relatively easy third base, third gas as well. It's going to be very hard for the Zerg to push down to this base, and I mean, all he has to really do is hold on. Now, what units is he going to be building? We'll have to find out. Looks like he does have +1 coming up for his mech units back in Miso's base. We just see those hatcheries just really pumping units, and we see the Queen's Nest coming up as well. So eventually we will see that they're coming up. That was a nice defense before by Scan. Now, look at this. Miso actually getting Burrow as well. Just being as annoying as possible. Now, what units are burrowed? It's actually just Lings, but they give him vision over every move out from the Vultures. And it's a very good choice now. Here come the Lurkers. He needs to be careful. The Lurkers could get hit by the mine. A single mine does hit 2 Lurkers there, nearly killing 1. The 2 Valkyries are up. There's tanks on the high ground again. And I think this may be an overextension by Miso. He's got all his Mutalisks, but here we go. He's forced to pull his Lurkers back, doing little to no damage whatsoever. Really nice defense by Scan, and even the mines taking out some of the extra reinforcements. Just look how many units are coming over. Some of those are overlords, but that doesn't really matter. There is the 5th hatchery now up. The 3rd base is now saturated. Hive is on the way. 2nd evolution chamber on the way. In Scan's base, he's adding his science facility. He now has 5 factories. He's not going to be able to push out though, even though Miso actually did lose a lot of units there. He's still got a very good position. Wow, even burrowing Lings there, even just to try and cancel out anything going on. Scan just realistically wants to try and do what he can to stop the Zerg from expanding all over the map. And there we go. I mean, this is such a good position for Miso to be in. He's taking out more Vultures, more mines. He's actually got Overlords positioned very beautifully. Just look at the map vision by Miso. There is absolutely nowhere, apart from this very small alleyway and this small alleyway, where Scan can even get any units out of his base. Miso is playing this incredibly well right now, and Scan is going to have his work cut out for him. This is the first time, I think, in a foreigner tournament, outside of that Richley game actually, so 2nd time I'd say, where Scan is actually struggling. Scan has got +1 on his mech. He finds himself locked to 2 bases for now. He's going to go for a big push out here. He's actually taking down the... Oh, this could be a problem. He can't target that mine. There's a mine under those tanks. I think he's going to move them, knowing that he misclicked or something. He needs to be careful though. The Scourge just going everywhere. Scan does have a few mines just to give him a little bit of map vision as well. But Miso is doing a really good job of scanning and sweeping for these. And Miso is just in an incredible position right now. He's taking a 4th base, a 4th gas. There is no mineral onlys on this base, but here we go. The Goliath and the tanks are moving out. Looks like he did clear out that mine from under his own units. but does he even have enough really to push? He's going to have to push up the high ground again. Lurkers are just going to be incredibly annoying. It looks like this hive will be finished. Defiler Mound is finished as well. Do we actually have any defilers on the field? It doesn't look like we do just yet, but as soon as oh, this mine's actually going to scout this, so that's pretty good for him. We see units moving everywhere. Scourge actually flying in, trying to get the Valkyries. Does get one. One of the very important Valkyries going down there to Scourge, even with all the Goliaths there. Kind of insane, but that's what happens. And we see the Lurkers just trying to delay this push as long as possible. He knows all he has to do is block Scan from expanding and just take the map. There's just so many links. Look at this. What are his upgrades at? He's at 1 carapace for his ranged and his melee. Looks like we have another drone going out to try and take this base up here. Unless that was a bit of a misrally. Looks like it may have been a misrally. We see a nice Scan going down by Scan, just checking there's no borrowed units anywhere, but here we go. The links are actually moving in, gonna block this command center, and this is so annoying for Scan. Scan is trying to send all his SCVs over there, but they're gonna get caught. They could even get trapped in by this ling. The vultures are gonna go back and try and respond to this, but it's not gonna be enough. A vessel is out front spotting for these tanks, so really nice use of those. But here we go, this is the problem. This opens up a very interesting counterattack path. Can he even get one of the tanks? It looks like it will just survive. And I think I did that thing again where I just, rather than talking any quicker, I actually just increase the inflection, or whatever the word is, on my voice. But here we go. Goliaths are actually surprisingly good against Lurkers if you spread them out like Scan is. And here we go, the Swarm is coming down. Scan does not have enough units, and GG is called. Miso goes up 1-0 in this best of 5 against his clanmate Scan. Okay, let's just add that to the wins there. Hopefully that's updated the overlay properly. Yes, it has, and then what we'll do is we'll bring up the list of the maps so you guys can see what the next map is. Of course, if you've been around for a while, you will know everything's going on. You can actually see that basically every stat there is different stats based on the previous tournaments that I've run and any games I've casted. So has a little bit of a Terran skew because we did have Shiny playing for a good number of weeks. It looks like they are both ready to go in this next game though, so we're going to jump straight in to the second game of this Clash for Char final, number 12. Gogo is called by Miso, and yeah, I mean, I kind of said let's go a little bit too early, but we are jumping straight into the game. Thank you everyone, of course, for tuning in. And here we go. We are moving on to Camelot, the ASL 3 map. Both of these players would have played this map quite a lot. They both did try and qualify for ASL 3, I believe. And spawning to start us off in the top left corner, 10 o'clock position, we do have the Teal Terran, Scan. And in the bottom right position, we do have his opponent leading in this best of 5 grand finals, Miso. Of course, both playing on the Soul team. Soul is a new clan, I believe. I believe Fujikara is actually the clan master. I'm not entirely sure, but he has sort of dealt with everything for them. They do have a lot of players like Dandy, Ultra, Castro, Miso, Scan. I'm sure there's some others as well, and if he's in chat, I know his other name is Dazen. If he's in chat, I'm sure he can explain who the other players are. But of course, very strong team at the moment. One to look out for in the clan leagues. Looks like I don't actually need to change the positions, which is really nice. But we do have teal versus white rather than teal versus purple, so I'll change the colours. And of course, need to make sure everything is up to date. Thank you very much to anyone who has followed me throughout the entire cast, by the way. I do appreciate the support. And let us get into the nitty gritty of this second game. Okay, just took a little bit of a breather there to try and take a little bit of cold tea in. And again, just to give my voice a little bit of a rest, but we do see the barracks coming up for Scan. Relatively normal timing, but this once again isn't so standard, but it is for Scan. He is going for a tech build again, and this of course is a 2-player map if you've never seen it before. So Miso will know exactly where Scan is, and vice versa. So we could have seen some crazy cheese here, but it looks like we won't. We will see the 12 hatch coming up by Miso, the 11 gas, and the 10 pull. Very, very standard build coming up by Miso here as we move a little bit further into this game. Now, how is Scan going to react to the previous game? One thing that you could do is you could say, well, you could become tilted. Like, there are a lot of players that get tilted. I know I've been tilted before. Scan, of course, does know his opponent very well. They are friends and clanmates, but losing like that is not easy. His build was completely hard countered. He did get a few kills with his Wraith. He got a few Overlords, which did put Miso back a little bit. But when he lost the dropship, that's the real power play with that opening. And when you lose that dropship full of vultures, you put yourself in a really odd position. Like, it's very hard to really come back from that. And knowing that he was so far behind, he did actually go for the he actually went for the mech build there instead. It looks like he's actually going to skip out on Marines completely. Well, he's going to get the 2 Marines and stop building them now. Looks like we'll probably see mech again. He is up against 2 hatchery again. 2 hatchery play. He did struggle against the 2 hatchery play by Richley earlier. His other clanmate, JT Cal. Not Cal, just in case it sounds like I'm saying that. Not the thing that goes moo, KEL. A KEL named after the famous Protoss player. I know that's not the reason, but yeah, that guy had that name as well. We see the first starport, that's actually the command center, so we'll see a factory expand. Likely going to see vultures with mines or speed again. Once again, Miso playing super safe, just building this sunken colony. This is so important when you know the enemy is going for some kind of tech build. And Scan is actually opting to scout with his barracks this time. Not even going to be going for any bio whatsoever. He's going to go straight mech once again. Now, it's very possible that Scan is going to go for the other fantasy style. He could, of course, go into Valkyries. This was one of the more modern fancy things that he did. Of course, he was the first person to really do that, along with Kanata and Sak, but more recently it's been more commonplace. I've even seen Flash do something like this, but if we do see a second factory here, we do. This is 100% the build that Fantasy used to use against 2 Hatch Muta before he started using Valkyries. It's a strong option. You get 2 Factory Goliath. You do, of course, need to add the armory at some point if you want to do this. He knows that he's up against 2 hatcheries. He can't do anything crazy. Actually adding the 3rd hatchery as well. So doing a little bit of a variation. It's not going to be the 2 hatch all in. It's going to be 2 hatch spire into drones and the 3rd hatchery. To go into more of a little bit of a macro game later on, we see the first vultures. He actually opted for speed first. Now this is a big divergence in the build. Now there's a few different ways this can go. If you get speed before mines, you can actually run through and kill all of the drones in their main, but Miso, very cleverly sniffing this out, is going to create the wall, even adding a second creep colony, just to be safe. These vultures will not be able to get in. They may be able to get a few of the drones, but look at this! Only 2 of the vultures fired, and of course the drones will heal a single hit point of energy, a single hit point of health. And against the 20 damage of the vultures, this means it does take 3 vultures to one-shot a drone. And he's only got 2 left. He's actually going to lose the second one. Not the best of trades by Scan. And yeah, pretty well done by Miso once again with the defense. Just going to mute my microphone for just 1 second. There we go, I just had to cough. Didn't want to do that down the microphone. We see Miso now with his Mutalisk out on the field. Scan just doing what he can to just spread his vultures around, try and stop any possible 3rd base from going up. Now, of course, with 2 Hatch Muta, the Mutas actually filter in a little bit slower. This will be range for the Goliaths coming up. He does have only two turrets in his main. He doesn't need to overbuild turrets. This is one mistake we actually saw a few of the foreign players do previously, and even I've done a lot of the time. Like against 2-hatch muta, well, this 2-hatch like 3-hatch style muta, if you overbuild turrets, you put yourself way too far behind. Very interesting build choice by Scan though. He will be adding on his 3rd factory now. You do need to make sure you keep adding factories here, making sure to add double supply depot because he is supply blocked. Actually a very rare thing to see Scan do. And one other really cool thing he's doing, because he's supply blocked, he's actually adding turrets just to make sure he doesn't lose to the Mutalisk while he can't build any extra Goliaths. So a bit of a sloppy error there that you don't normally see from Scan. He does manage to pick off the drone trying to get the 3rd here, so good use of those vultures that couldn't get in the main, opting to add a couple of mines there as well. They will be cleared up. Oh wow, that burrow just saved the drone, and it's gonna go and take that 3rd base. Really, really well played by Miso. What a burrow! Like, I don't think I've ever seen that, using the fact that drone was going to be on 1 health to actually manage to survive that. That was so good. Really cool. It looks like the Mutalisk are just going to fly around the map, try and be as annoying as possible. He knows that Scan is going to have a lot of turrets now and a lot of Goliaths, so it is going to be difficult. Now, one thing I did note before is Goliaths do explosive damage. They do 20 damage to air, but because it's explosive, it doesn't do as much to the Mutalisk. I can't remember the exact calculation for the damage, but it's something I certainly need to get to grips with. But here we go. It looks like the Mutalisk just trying to be as annoying as possible. Goliaths may be mobile anti-air, but they're really annoying to move around. They're so clunky. They are the Dragoons of Terran. Meanwhile, back in Miso's base, we do see the lair is up, the 3rd hatchery is still up, and the natural is still mining as normal. We see the 3rd base coming up as well, and it looks like we're going to kind of normalize. Looks like Miso's going to try and take a sneaky 4th base up here in the top right corner, maybe just microing his mutas, forgetting about that for just a second. Looks like he's actually switched out some of his Mutalisk here, because he knows he has over a single control group, so he sends back the damaged Mutalisk to repair. Now that is some really good foresight. How many factories is Scan on? He's on his 3rd, he's adding his 4th and 5th, and he's pretty well turtled up here against the Mutalisk. The Mutalisk are going to find it hard to really go in and do all that much damage. The trouble is though, he will eventually need to try and move out and take a 3rd. It's just going to be very difficult for him. Okay, it looks like Scan doing a pretty good job actually hiding the barracks over the turret there. Looks like the vultures did try and go in and do some damage, but once again Miso just on the ball absolutely everywhere. We see the 4th base coming up for him as well, and this should be a relatively good time for him to start looking into lair now, of course. Wow, okay, look at how many Mutalisks Miso has. Miso actually, I believe, has 2 full control groups of Mutalisk right now. He is going mass Mutalisk. The vultures actually get in, do some damage, getting 4 kills. 4 drone kills, pretty good use of the vultures there, really nice trade. And it looks like the Mutalisk are going to go over and clear out these mines. Now the important thing is, does Scan actually see the extra Mutalisk? Yes, he does. Scan knows he's against mass Mutalisk. He's going to need to add at least a starport and the science facility. It looks like he's going to add double supply depots again. There goes the starport. Now, Mass Goliath against Mass Mutalisk, surprisingly enough, goes in favor of the Mutalisk with good enough micro. So this is going to be a very dangerous situation for Scan to be in. Looks like he's scanning around to check the main for the hive. But here we go. He sees the Mutalisk coming in now. Really nice trades here by Miso. Miso's actually got all of his... Wait, is this all of the Mutalisks? Yeah, I think it is. He's got 2 control groups of Mutalisks here, microing them both independently, trying to pull off a Jaedong maneuver. It looks like my TV is about to turn itself off, so better press OK on my controller to stop that happening, just before it disappears. There we go. I mean, Scan is in a very, very difficult position. He has +1 done for his Goliaths, but +1 armor is already finished for Miso, and that is going to mean the +1 attack is slightly nullified. It looks like he will be going in, just staying on there, just continuing to build this mass Muta style. Looks like I turned off the wrong thing. He has scouted the 4th base up here in the left, and he scouted the 3rd. What is Scan's reaction? Scan is just stuck in his base. It's so hard to push out with mech, and this is the reason This is entirely the reason why mech builds, like mech openings, are kind of fell out of favor, even amongst Fantasy. Like Fantasy started doing the fake mech style in about 20. He started doing it, I think, in 2009. He still did do straight mech sometimes, but it was something he mixed in more often. But fake mech for Move was developed to purely deal with this problem. When you go straight mech, you are stuck on the 2 bases, or 3 if it's Fighting Spirit, for the longest time, and there's not really too much you can do about it. Mass Muta can really mess with your day. It looks like we finally have Irradiate coming up. The first vessel will be on the way, and with good enough Irradiates, you should be able to deal with this, but it looks like the Muta is still just moving in, being as annoying as possible. Now, looks like just a lot of mines still out in the middle of the map. Gonna make it very annoying to get any Defilers late game over there. Looks like we once again see another scan to check the army. He sees more Mutalist spawning though. And Scan is gonna know he's gonna be in for a serious ride when he leaves his base here. Looks like he's actually taking out that mine just to make sure that there's no ground units whatsoever for Miso. And here comes the move out. Is he gonna move out? Is he waiting? He's got +1 armor now for his Goliath. Looks like he's scanning around just to see what's going on. He probably needs to wait for Irradiate. Of course, he will be able to mine for quite a while. He's still about 2/3 of the way done in his main, about 1/3 of the way done in his natural. So he's just trying to build up this big mech ball, which will be very hard for Miso to counteract. 1-1 is done for the Mutalisks. Looks like he did go back and check his main just to build some stuff. So, oh my god, guys, look at how many Mutalisks are on the map. This is nearly 4 control groups of Mutalisks now, guys. This is serious. Miso is not taking Scan for granted. Wait, actually, is that? Yeah, that. Okay, so we got 2 control groups of Mutalisks here, and this is at least another 2 control groups, right? Nearly. This is kind of crazy. Like, he's even got the Sunkens up here just to help against the eventual push. But how the heck is Scan ever going to deal with 4 control groups of Mutalisks? He's only seen 2 of them. He's going to move out on the middle of the map. Scan should know there's going to be at least some other units somewhere. He has 1, nearly 2 Irradiates. This is going to be so important. He needs to use these perfectly well. Is he just going to move out? Yeah, he's just going to move out and try and take a 3rd. There's no real reason for him to try and push. Eventually, Miso is going to have to try and kill him. That's the funny thing, but just look at how many Mutas there are here. This is insane. Like, it's not every day you see a massive flock of Mutas. Let's actually look at this in Standard as well. There is a screen full of Mutalisks heading up towards Scan's army. It looks like a Scan does go down to check for any burrowed lings, just to make sure. But how on earth is he going to win this engagement? So many Mutas flying in from like the bottom angle, taking out half of the Goliaths already. Some nice Irradiates go down on the middle of the Muta pack. Oh my god, there's going to be so much damage. And so many Goliaths still left over, but there's so many Mutalisks. They're still on 1-1. 2-1 is not done yet for the Terran player, but he's going to lose this command center. And he is in such a bad position. Looks like he does have another Radiate. Another Radiate does go down. A nice split off though. Wow, yeah, there we go. He does get the split off. So many Mutalisks going down. But this is such an insane number of Mutalisks left over. Scan is full Goliaths now, losing all of his tanks actually. Probably does him a favor, knowing that he only needs 3 max on Mutalisks, on Goliaths even. And there we go, so it looks like we did have a Scan going down to check for any units. Is there a hive? No, there's no hive just yet. The Queen's Nest. Wait, why can't I click that building? The Hydralis Den even. Probably switching into lurkers, but once again, how the hell is he ever going to push across the map against this many Mutalisks? He can't. He's going to be forced back to his base over and over and over again. This man needs a hell of a lot of Irradiates to deal with this. More Mutalisks are actually being constructed. For some reason I can't click the bottom half of my screen, which is very weird, but I guess I just have to deal with that until the next game. And yeah, just look at this flock of Mutalisks, guys. I could sit and watch this fly around all day, but I know that wouldn't be the most interesting viewing experience. Looks like Scan is going to try and take this mineral only. He does badly need gas though. His 2 gases should be getting close to depleted if they're not already. He actually has 2 vessels now. Both of them do have Irradiates. Looks like he scanned for the bottom left base but didn't see it there. but this is three and a half, I would say, control groups of Mutalisk. This is an insane amount of Goliaths as well. I'd say that's about 3 control groups, maybe 3.5 of Goliaths. He's going to go on the offensive now. But look what happens. The second he goes on the offensive, look what the Mutalisk do. They just go for the backstab. This is so many turrets, but it's not enough. Even adding turrets here, but he just can't defend his bases. There's just way too many Mutalisks, and there's nothing he can do. He cannot take another base. Just look how quickly the command center dies. 2 Irradiates go down on the top Mutalisks, and they get peeled away immediately. Miso is just showing his true power with these Mutalisks here, and there's nothing Scan can do about it. He's trying to be aggressive. He's trying to take out some bases, but just how does he do it? The Mutalisks are just going to go for an infinite number of counterattacks. You can even see it now. Looks like he is going to try and take out this 5th base, but the Mutalisks are just going around. Oh no, this poor command center. Turn the command center away, Scan. No! Oh boy, this is not good. He's got the Goliaths back. He needs to expand. He did take out that base, so good work by him. Do we see? We see the lair still. No Hive yet. Even he knows he actually doesn't need Hive. It's actually kind of funny. Hive and Defilers would be a disadvantage for him because they actually save the Goliaths, but. There we go, the Mutalisks just still flying around absolutely everywhere. 2 control groups now. Looks like a 3rd and 4th are over here. And Miso is just playing with his food right now. Does move in with 1 group at a time, so not the best control. But here we go. Oh my god, the vessel gonna get caught. A nice Irradiate does go down, but it's not gonna be enough. All 3 vessels do go down completely for free. Irradiating 3 Mutalisks is not gonna be enough. And Scan is just caught in an endless rush of being counterattacked while he tries to take out the bases. Of course, it's still not over for Miso. And sorry, it's still not over for Scan. Scan still does have a huge army. It's 2-1. He cannot push the main though. That is too many Goliaths, but he's going to be mined out of his natural soon. It looks like he's going to try and send up the SCVs to mine here. They're going to be caught by the Mutalisks, and I think unfortunately for Scan, he's going to have to GG. If he loses this command center, he's going to have a lot of trouble actually trying to rebuild it. He's lost a load of SCVs as well. And he's trying to push into the main, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. These Mutalisks are going to come in behind. I think they could actually probably, 2 armor is done, they could probably actually just engage into this. But Miso just showing the power of Zerg when against mech, he does not need to engage this if he doesn't want to. He can just counterattack forever. It looks like Scan is trying to rebuild a command center, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The turrets in the natural, doing what they can. Goliaths as well. All of his army is completely idle. He's just gone to check his army to send some back, but I don't think it really matters. Unfortunately, Scan just cannot do anything against these Mutalisks. They just keep flying away. Miso is now on his 3rd base, on his 4th base still. He's now got a 5th base in the bottom corner, and we do see an engagement with the Goliaths and the Mutalisks. Not all the Goliaths are here though, so this is going to be a pretty good engagement, but the Goliaths do now have 2-1 against the 1-2 of the Mutalisks, so fairly even trade there actually for both players. We actually see a vessel with a Radiate. Where's he going to Radiate? He radiates in the middle of the stack, but they're naturally spreading due to the fact there's 4... Oh my god, he's actually erasering the SCVs. This is so clever. Miso is just a god of ZVT. Look at this. This is an absolute masterclass of how to just completely demolish Scan. With good macro, good micro of Mutas, you can do anything. But here we go. It looks like most of the Mutalisks have actually been taken down. 2-2 should be finished up soon. Or 3-1 even for the mech. May not be useful. Oh my god, Scan could actually still win this though. Miso throwing away too many Mutas possibly. There's so many Goliaths left over. Scan's actually splitting them off perfectly. There's another engagement going on, but look at the Muta count. It's so low. I think the Goliath count may have got too high, and Miso may have stayed on Mutalisks too long. How is this actually happening? Scan pushes in, takes out the natural hatchery. Hive is not on the way still. He's still going mass Muta. And you know what? You know what? I think this is Seasword. Scan is able to finally take a 3rd base, but Miso is finding himself losing all of his mining bases now. Gonna lose this this original third. He's not mining on his 5th base at all. The Mulists are coming in. Can they stop Scan from mining again? It looks like Scan is still doing a little bit of mining at his natural. But I'm not sure that really matters. Scan just has to beat the Mulists in the end of the day. He's going to lose another command center. Still mining up there. But there's so many Goliaths still on the map. I cannot believe what is happening. I do not know how this is going to go. A nice Irradiate will get two of the Mulists, but Miso just too good with the splitting here. The 3rd base has been taken down. Action absolutely everywhere. Scan is doing an incredible job pulling Miso's Mutas all over the place. He can't defend and attack at the same time. Miso doing a really good job as well of just denying any possible mining from Scan. Now Scan is fully mined out as his main. He has got very few minerals left in his natural. This is all going to come down to one big engagement at the end of the game, I think. Scan can't even afford another command center. I think he's actually mined out. No, he's not. He's going to have enough for one command center. And of course he will be able to float one, but how on earth is this got to this point? I genuinely have no idea. I really think that Miso needs Hive. He needs Hive, Lurkers, and Swarm to really deal with these Goliaths, but he doesn't have the money to. He's barely mining at his 5th base. His 4th base is 2/3 of the way done, I'd say, in some of the patches, 1/3 in others. Of course, Zerg does mine out a lot slower. 2-2 is now finished for the Mutalisks. What are the upgrades for the mech? They're still 2-1. Scan can't really afford, I guess that's 3 attack. That's been upgrading for quite a while. I think that, wait, did that just finish? No. Okay, but where is Miso going to take another base? Like, how is he going to hold on to this? He's trying to retake his natural. And look how many minerals are still left there, purely on the basis he's Zerg. Irradiate has very, very good value. Miso may have stayed too far into Mulus. It looks like we do have a big engagement. The extra upgrade hasn't finished for the Goliaths. This is a really good engagement by Miso. He's pulling back. A lot of his Mulus are actually quite bruised. And he knows that there's going to be another big army from Scan coming down. Now, where are we going from here? So we do see the Mulus trying to take down any Goliaths they can. The more Goliaths he kills, the smaller Scan's army is obviously going to be, and the power is going to be severely reduced. Picking really good engagements. He needs to split the Mulus, though. The Mulus not being split quick enough. There's so much damage being done to the other Mulisks. And this is the moment where Scan may have just completely taken the game from Miso. He's actually just defended perfectly fine on his third base now. It is a mineral only, so he is going to be out of gas very shortly. Of course, the gas never fully depletes, but it does deplete, so you get half gas, I think, when mining them. But look at this, the Hydralisks are finally coming out, and I still can't click this part of the screen for some reason. Looks like we see more Mulus and Hydralisks moving across the map. Okay, so my voice is shot. We're 24 minutes now into this second game. Only the second game of this best of 5, guys. If Scan does win this, we will have a best of 3 to decide the end of the tournament. So we've got a good number of games still to come. If Scan does manage to take this game from Miso. But look at this. Miso now still at 2-2. He's getting at another command center. Scan cannot be affording to lose this. That's 400 minerals. He can barely afford it. It looks like he will lose it. The Hydralisk even coming along just to add a little bit of extra damage. And to be honest, Hongju, I don't think Valkyries would really help him. Irradiate is so much better in this situation. Looks like we will see another engagement. Can Miso get the engagement he needs to clear up the rest of Scan's army? Looks like he will get a good engagement, but here comes more Goliaths from the east side, or west side even. Wow. And a nice mine actually goes off. That's been there like half the game. But we see a Scan going down by Scan as he tries to move in. Now this is the moment where Scan's army is going to be a lot weaker. He cannot target fire the Hydralisk. It looks like we do have a good engagement, and GG is called by Scan, and Miso, in a hell of a scrappy game, pulls his way back, building pretty much nothing but Mutalisks the entire game, and does win the second game, and does take himself up to a 2-0 lead in this final. Valkyrie's a bit too expensive. Irradiate's a little bit better, I would say, because you get more value long term, which is a problem. But let's add the win for Miso, and let's bring up the map screen just so you guys can see what the next map is. Right, so they should be hosting the next game. Let's jump in. I've kept them waiting a little bit, but hopefully they don't mind. Okay, so here we go. Both players are ready. We are going to go straight into this third game in the best of 5. Let's jump over to the game screen. And here we go. Starting us off in the bottom right position, we do have the Red Terran, Saltese Scan. And in the bottom left, we do have the Orange Zerg, Solzese Miso. It looks like they're talking about, I think they hosted this one in Terminate 16, maybe to see if it'd be a little bit better for the players, but it may be a little bit laggy. I think they're discussing turn rate. Unfortunately, I can't read Korean, but I guess maybe Miso wants to play. Miso wants to play on turn rate 16. Hopefully, there's not too much lag here. I don't know how they're typing so quickly as well while doing all of this. This is kind of impressive to me. Okay, let's quickly update the overlay so I get the permission, the positions and the colors correct. We have Scan in the 10 o'clock position, Miso in the 5 o'clock position, no 7 o'clock position even, I said 5 o'clock twice. But there we go, overlay is updated and it looks like we will have a wall off coming from Scan here. I think you can actually wall this off completely link tight, so good move by Scan. Is a very strong choice if you are going to go for a tech build or a 1 Rax expand. Let's just quickly have a look at the prize pool while we're in the beginning of the game. The prize pool is actually sat currently at $236. Of course, we will see. We will actually have Richley winning some money as well, because he is third, and Eon's getting some money himself for getting fourth, or third and fourth. Apparently Scan said, oops, I made turn rate 16, and Miso said we should remake. But yeah, thank you for the translation, Cancer X. Okay, we do have the barracks coming up. We don't see, for the first time in a while actually, we don't see the Vespene Geyser being taken by Scan. It looks like he's trying to take out the drone. He knows that he's going to lose this SCV if he's not careful. Good micro by Miso there. He also needs to finish this wall because he's not sure exactly what Miso's doing. Now Miso is actually doing something incredibly greedy, but he knows he's safe to do it as the barracks is so delayed. He's going for 3 hatch before pull. Oh no, is he even going to... no way is he going to proxy hatchery there. I was going to say, is he going to hatchery block? Because that would just be the ultimate BM. But there we go, we see the spawning pool coming up now. This is a completely linked tight wall. The Marines will in fact spawn here, so Scan is going to be perfectly safe against whatever Miso does for the immediate time being. This is of course Scan versus Miso. This is the grand finals of the Clash of Char number 12 if you're just tuning in. Miso, as you see on the screen, is 2-0 up. And it's been an incredible series so far. That last game went on for nearly 30 minutes. And genuinely, I had no idea who was going to win the entire time. It was so close. On a complete knife edge. Both of them clanmates now. I believe they're both friends. Looks like Scan trying to get the scout off. The drone actually blocks it for a little bit. Not sure if it's intentional. But we do see him scouting out the third hatchery as well. We now see the refinery coming up. Is this going to be for a +1 5 Rax? It looks like the drone is still alive somehow. I genuinely do not know how this drone has survived this long, but it will get taken down finally. Will we see the engineer in May? Yes, we will. This is going to be a more standard game. He is going for the +1 5 Rax here, guys. Academy a little bit earlier than maybe Flash does it, but it's still going to be the same outcome. Going for a very quick bio attack here. Now, if you're wondering who Miso is, he did actually play for CJ. He made it to the round of 32 of an MSL and OSL, I believe. So he wasn't the highest tier player, but he did a pretty good job for CJ in Pro League, so really good work by him. Scan, of course, was a B-teamer, if I remember correctly, when he moved back to Korea, but both players pretty evenly matched these days, I would say. Miso streams a lot, so please do check out his stream, and of course, Scan does stream a lot as well, so do check out his stream as well. I know Foxhan watches Miso stream a lot, and he does know a little bit of English. I know he chats with Foxhan a bit. It's thanks to Foxhan that we actually got Miso in to play the first time he signed up and today, so thank you, Foxhan. I know Scan has been wanting to play for a long time. He keeps forgetting about it though. Looks like he did finally remember today, and good job he did, because here he is in the final. The SCV has been stopped. We see the second barracks coming up. Looks like the third barracks got blocked a little bit by the SCV. And we see +1 going and Stim at the same time. Now, the important thing for Miso is Miso actually saw that there was no tech. So Miso should know what's coming. He's completely skipped the Sunken this time. Now, this is something, and one of the things that really works in with Firebat Heroes advising Abe to Cadenzi, don't delay anything, get everything as quick as possible as Zerg and you'll be fine. And the way you can do this is by doing little hacks like this, where you know the Terran's hauled up behind the wall, you see his bio count going up, the extra third and fourth racks, or sorry, fourth and fifth racks are going up as well. But until he pushes, you don't realistically need the Sunkens. Given the positions, you should have enough time to build the creep colonies and the Sunkens before he gets to your base. Looks like Miso, being even cheekier, gonna take a very, very quick third base against this, even before he gets any muteless or anything. So Miso is playing incredibly greedily. His Spire has finished. Looks like I was slightly incorrect. The muteless will come out first. You do kind of need that to live. So yeah, there we go. Speaking of White Clan still of course do exist. Best, Killer are both in there. I think there's another really good Protoss player in there at the moment, so don't sleep on White Clan. They're still doing pretty well. Still going strong. Their leader, Gyro, is a pretty cool guy. I've met him. He seems quite nice. So I've not met him in real life, but I've met him in game, and met with a few of the other White members as well. They're all pretty cool, so do support them too. Support all the players you can, because at the end of the day, people want more Brood War. That's why you're all watching now. And we do see the +1 5 racks has been activated. +1 should be finished soon. It looks like Stim has finished. Range should be finished as well. He's actually gone up to 6 racks here. No, 5 racks. He's just flown 1 back. Just being super safe. Knowing that a counterattack could be very, very possible here. He's actually got 2 Marines in the bunker. Gets them out to Stim. Really nicely done there. Looks like Samir is actually trying to go into the barracks. But as you can see, because of the +1 5 racks, he doesn't need to build too many turrets. He's only got 2 turrets this time at each base. Now, I believe he actually did just scan the top left. Yes, he did. So there we go. Looks like the Lings are just going to be sort of moving around. The Mules haven't really been able to achieve too much, and he's just going to have to try and delay 4 Lurkers to come out. We do see the Hydralisk then up as expected. Here come the Sunkens and the Creep colonies. And for now, Scan is just going to try and scan around the map as such, see exactly what's going on. It looks like he scanned in front of him to make sure there was no stop Lurkers or anything like that. And he should be going for the counterattack here. Now, here is the second group of bio. This is why the +1 5 racks is actually quite hard to micromanage, really. You need 2 separate, like, distinct groups of bio. Looks like he's going to try and trap the Mutalist in between the 2 groups. Of course, this is match point for Miso. If Scan cannot take down Miso in this game, he will come second in the tournament overall. And let's see exactly if he can get up this ramp now. Miso did a really clever job. He's got the Lurker eggs blocking the ramp. And without +1 armor, these Lurkers could do a lot of damage. Looks like we do have some Lings moving in from the back, but Scan very cleverly leaving some units behind. But this does mean his army split up, and the Mutalists are going to come in and clean up the back half. Looks like a Lurker at the top of the ramp is taking out a nice Scan. Really nice job. The third base has been completely busted here. The Mutalists are trying to move in, but there's only 4 Mutalists left against 6 Marines with 2 medics. This is not the best choice. or the best composition you really want to be having. Another lurker has finished, but it's not at the ramp anymore. Can he save the hatchery? This is going to be this is probably going to be the deciding moment of the game here, guys. He does have some units building out of the eggs. Looks like some lings are coming in behind, but look at this parade push coming out from Scan. Let's see if he can clean this up. He's moving in the lings and the mules at the same time, but there's so many medics still left over. Scan needs to save them, and Miso is in a lot of trouble. For the first time this series, Scan is finding himself in a commanding position in this game. He has his second base. He has his 5 racks pumping. He's building his double starport. We're going to see SK Terran here, folks. Looks like the lurkers are going to be able to defend the ramp, though. But there's only one lurker, and one lurker doesn't really do all that much. And although saying that, Scan isn't really reacting very well. Looks like the other lurker has finished. We do see some just random overlords. Let's see what's going in his base. He does have Hive coming up. Hive is on the way for Miso. He's got his third hatchery still. Lurkers at both of his bases now. He will be able to defend against this, but Scan is just trying to put on any pressure he possibly can. Apparently I'm clicking the wrong button still. Scans the natural, sees there is only 3 Sunkens. Well, there's actually 3 lurkers now. There was only 2 lurkers a second ago. But yeah, this is going to be a bit of a problem for Miso now. His third was busted. He's not been able to drone up here. He's had to use his lava to build the extra Hydralisks and the Lings. And this could be a very strong bust. 1-1 is finished for the bio. Let's see if he has any upgrades. No ranged upgrades yet. A nice split. He doesn't necessarily have to push in. He can just build up, continue to macro up. It looks like Irradiate's on the way. He'll have double science facility, science vessel as well coming out here, and probably going into double dropship from there. But Miso not down and out just yet. His drone count is a lot lower than maybe he would want at this stage of the game. But here we go, missing the bust. I do apologize, guys. I needed to keep a better eye on that, but the lurkers have actually been busted. Really nice move by Scan. Moving in, he's going to take down the Nidus Canal. This means the units at the top can't get down, and GG! I do apologize for looking at the wrong place at the wrong time at the end there. But yeah, Miso unfortunately unable to get any units back to defend, and the +1 5 racks does give Scan his first win in this series. At least I caught the end of the bust. That was a bit unfortunate. Yeah, Scan doing a really good job there, clawing his way back into the series. Let's throw up the map screen just so you guys can see everything that's going on. Scan was doing a great job. His +1 5 racks killed a lot of drones. And yeah, just unfortunately there was nothing Miso could do to come back in that. But we will be moving on to the 3-player map, Outlier. Okay, this time starting us off in the 12 o'clock position, we do have Miso, who is still 2-1 up in this series. One more victory will win him the final. It is Soulz's Miso. And in the bottom right, the 5 o'clock position, we do have the man who's not done yet. He didn't want to lose that game. He came back with the more conventional +1 5 racks and gave himself the win there. It is Miso's opponent, Salty Scan. Okay, let's just quickly update the overlay. Looks like we're not going to see any crazy 4-pull or anything from Miso. He is still a game up, so it is a very strong possibility he could do something like that. But once again, Miso and Scan just macroing up at the beginning of the game, just making sure I've got the correct colours on the overlay, and then we can get going. Okay, here we go. So Scan just building up, not going for an 8 racks. We actually see a 9 pull this time though, coming up from Miso. 9 pull, 9 gas. A little bit more of an aggressive opening here. Maybe, oh sorry, not 9 gas, actually just drone trick. Or gas trick even. Kind of crazy. We don't see anything too crazy going on in Scan's base. He's not going for his gas yet. Of course, he needs to put the barracks first. Scan just actually checking around in his base, checking for the ramp is. He's going to be able to make a link type wall here again. Barracks here, factory here, and I believe he should be able to put a depot there to make a link type, but not entirely sure. I guess we'll see. But here we go. He's going for the tech build again. Scan likes the tech build on this map. Is he going to go straight back into Port Wraith? Let's find out. And as Tardad said, his money's on Port Wraith, and I think you may be right here, my friend. And you know what? Let's see what Miso is going to do. Miso is going to take his hatchery at 12 supply, or at 13 supply, I guess, adding the extra in at the end. But here are the firstlings. Now, is he going to be able to get in before the wall can finish? Because the one problem you have doing this kind of wall is if the lings scout you quick enough, they can actually bust down your building factory, and that can be completely awful to try and deal with. Looks like there is going to be an SCV. Is it going to see the lings? Oops, wrong button. Looks like he will do, so he knows the lings are coming. He's probably going to have to actually pull some SCVs here, just to make sure his building is link type, or his wall is link type. I'm not sure if it fully is. I guess it is, though. Yeah, it is. So really nice wall by Scan, knowing how to wall off on the bottom of these inverse ramps. Very important, but as I said, he pulled some SCVs, because look at this. How are you meant to hold against this? Like, you can build it as quick as you can. You have a single marine, but the second this factory goes up, it's going to be burning, and that is not a good position to be in. Looks like the SCV is going to scout in the main, going to see that there is a lair coming up off of 2 hatcheries again. Oh my god, the factory may even go down. Can he save the factory? The marine needs to move. The marine is not in the right position. Oh my god, the factory is so close to death, but the insta-repair... Whoa, actually no, not the insta-repair. He gets a bit confused with the SCVs there. A little bit of a misclick. But 2 hatchery... Well, possibly 2 hatchery Mutalisk again. Maybe even 2 hatchery Lurker. And it looks like Scan is just going to try and check around for any in-base hidden hatcheries, just to make sure nothing's going on. Now, is he going to add the 2 ports? Yes, he is. We are going to see, once again, the 2 port Wraith. Scan loves this build. He played it against Richley. He played it against Cancer X on Outlier, and now he's going to do it with Miso as well. Now, Miso, I know, was watching the stream, actually, for the Richley games. So he knows that this could be a very, very strong option on this map. Now, how is Miso going to deal with this? Is he going to go for the 2 hatchery Mutalisks? Yes, he is. 2 hatchery Spire immediately. This could also be for... I just saw chat. That's kind of funny. But yeah, we see the 2 port Wraith coming up. Looks like Miso is going to add an evolution chamber as well as the Spire now. Damn. Against 2 hatchery Spire, sorry, against 2 port Wraith, you can actually go mass Scourge and just kill everything. But let's see how he actually deals with this. The first 2 Wraiths are on the way. And here we go, I just tried to take a swig of a drink, just to try and get my voice back, because I'm slowly losing my voice. This has been such an exciting final, but these 2 port Wraith, they're not going to do anything. Spore colonies on the way at both bases. Scan is not going to be able to do the damage he wants to. This has been completely scouted based on game sense. Miso knows that this is exactly what Scan has done both times prior. He did scout the wall. He scouted there was no vulture on the way as well. And the Wraiths are going to come in. How much damage realistically are they going to be able to do? I'm not sure it's going to be much. The Overlord actually blocking the Spore Colony as well. This is Scan's first taste of where the Spore Colony is. How many Wraiths does Scan actually get before he goes for the Control Tower? It looks like it will be 4 actually. There was the Vulture, sorry. That does force the Sunken, as I said before. Yeah, let's have a look. So we do have the Evolution Chamber, the Spire, the Spores. Miso is completely defended against the 2 port Wraiths. Looks like there we do have the Control Tower after the 4 Wraiths. The Engineering Base coming up. We will most likely see the 3 3 racks push here from Scan actually once again. Now, is it going to work against Miso? I'm not too sure. Miso has Scan's number in the series so far. And I mean, this is do or die for Scan. Looks like Miso tried to get a Scourge in, but really nice micro there from Scan. Actually saves his Wraith. I think he does take a little bit of damage on one of them, although I think this is from the Spore. So, no Scourge connections. And here we go. It looks like we just have him massing up Muteless right now. Of course, the one problem is with Muteless, there will be Cloak on the way. So it's actually going to be very hard for the Muteless to even do any damage. Looks like, wait. Did Scan... Is that a Supply Depot? What was... Wait, what's Scan doing? I'm not sure what he was building there. I guess it was a depot. Maybe he built too many. But we do see the Vulture. The Vulture's doing a really good job here. Now, this is one very important... This is one very important thing you need to do when you go for anything really like 2-port Wraith. You need to be scouting around with the Vulture just to make sure they can't get a third base. But the trouble is... Wow, Miso actually glitched it through. He doesn't even need to mine it all. Look at that. That is some clever play there by Miso, and he's going to be able to take this third base completely safe away from everything bar the Wraiths. But the Wraiths are going to be cleaned up by everything else, so... I mean, Miso is doing a fantastic job in this game. Scan with the Wraiths here, doing everything he can. Just trying to see if he can pick off any stray overlords or anything like that, but there's not really going to be anything for him to do. Looks like Cloak is now finished. We do see, as I said, the 3 racks push is going to be activating slowly after this. Apparently I need a better microphone, but I've got the same microphone as Sail, so I don't know if it's the microphone or my voice. I think it may just be my voice, you know? Oh, and Herbmon's here. Hey Herb, nice to see you. I'm not sure what the viewer count is at the moment, but this is the 4th game, in fact, of the best of 5 series here in the grand finals of the Clash for Char number 12 between Miso and Scan. We're playing on turn rate 16, there's no lag. And you know what, it feels good being able to watch this game live. I was worried I'd be casting from replays, because even though it's not a problem, you still see the same games. It is a bit sad. You do miss out on some of the magic of knowing exactly what's happening is happening as it's happening right there, and I just repeated myself, but that's cool. So I guess it is just my voice, unfortunately. But yeah, the third base is now up for Miso, just finished there. And Scan is going to be trying to defend against these Muteless. He has enough Wraiths here. He has 11 Wraiths that should be able to deal with this, but there's just so many Muteless once again by Miso. It looks like he's going to try and take down the Overlords, but no, he's trying to focus down the Muteless, but is this going to be enough to defend? He's lost all of his bio. This actually delays his three racks push so much. And I think I've done this thing again, where basically, rather than speak any quicker like I should do, like this, I actually just say it in a higher pitched voice, and that actually hurts my throat a lot more, so I just need to speak a little bit quicker and I should be fine. But here we go, some nice micro. This is a pure micro battle here from Scan. I've actually managed to select some of the Muteless, but here we go, the Muteless flying in. They're on top of a turret. I don't think this is the best move, but there's so many Muteless here. There's still 8 left alive. But look at this, so few Wraiths are left remaining. All the bio once again taken down, and Scan is playing from an incredibly far behind position now. He's taken out a lot of Muteless though, and if he can hold on long enough, it looks like a little bit of a miss rally. Miso sending some drones over, unless this is going to be for proxy hatcheries. No, it looks like he has just noticed. He sent one of them back. That would be so funny, but here we go. The Wraith's actually chasing down the Muteless. Scan, not down and out yet. He's killed nearly every single Muteless that Miso has. And suddenly he finds himself in a better position, but here we go. The Muteless are popping in. There's still 4 Wraiths left, 2 Wraiths left. 3 Muteless heavily bruised, but here we go. Another good engagement there by Miso will take out the rest of the Wraiths. And Scan is so far behind in the bases, he's so far behind in the tech, he can't really afford anything but to keep going bio and Wraith. because he will need to... yeah, he will need to actually push across the map. I was just trying to read chat there, but it's a bit hard to read chat, but there we go. Actually repairing this Wraith, just making sure. Now, one thing I just want to zoom into, I don't usually do this, but look how cool the Wraith looks. You see the cockpit and everything. It's really nice. Yeah, he's even repairing the turret. He knows that he is in a bad position right now. He's actually going to get this this drone. So really good use of the patrol micro there. Oh my god, he nearly borrowed the drone again. Did you see that? The drone actually went to burrow. Miso is the king of burrow. I'm fairly certain he gets it every single time he plays ZVT. Every ZVT I've played, he's had burrow. This is the secret, guys. Look, there's even a borrowed Ling out here seeing exactly what's going on. Now, Scan scans the natural. I think he must know that burrow is a thing. But I mean, realistically, this Ling is actually just there to counteract, or kind of just give him vision. It's not like a lurk or anything. It's not really going to be able to do anything. But you know what? It does allow him to be a little bit annoying on the map, block the expansion for a little bit longer. Do we have Hive on the way? No Hive yet. Looks like we are going to see Miso just go mass Mutalisk again. Oh my god. Chat is getting a little bit funny at the moment, but here we go. Full control group of Mutalisk. The Overlord's going to go down though, and this is going to be bad. There's no detection here for Miso. He needs to be a little bit careful. And hopefully my microphone sounds a little bit better. I'm speaking directly into it now, whereas before I was kind of like leaning away. But here we go. We do see the Mutalisk just being as active as they can, just trying to find anything they can pick off. But Scan has done a very, very good job building his army back up. He's now saving up for an expansion, I believe. He should be getting a command center sometime soon. He's not building any additional units here. Still no command center though. I mean, Scan is going pretty all in with this push. If this push doesn't work, he is going to be in a lot of trouble. He's going to try and pull the Mutalisk back though. There's no defense here other than that one spore. So he does take out a few drones. This will be a few less units. Oh man, the Mutalisk actually getting caught out by the bio, but there's so many Mutalisks. Is it going to be enough? Not enough bio though. Look at this, just the Mutalisk destroying everything. 1-1 done for the Mutalisk at this point. 0-0 for the bio. No upgrades, of course, for the Wraiths either. Scan needs to try and expand, but he just can't. He cannot afford to expand right now, but he can't do the damage he needs to do. And this is just such an awful position for Scan to be in. I have no idea how he's going to come back in this game. This is, of course, match point for Miso. And if Miso wins this game, he will be your champion today. But Scan does not want to lose. He doesn't want to give up yet, but Miso with 2 groups worth of Mutalisks. This is the Miso style, guys. Mass Muta until the cows come home. And by cows I mean Ultralisks, but I don't think Miso will be getting those. Because he doesn't like Hive. Like, he goes Mass Muta off of Lair because you don't need Hive to make Mutalisks. Just saying. That's kind of like a kind of common sense right there, but here we go. Looks like we may get another engagement in the middle. Looks like the Wraith will find the Mutalisk. There's no detection, but there's no cloak. He needs to cloak the Wraiths quickly. Oh my god, he needs to take down the Overlord. If he takes down the Overlord, he may be able to do it. There's no detection here for the Mutalisk. This could be a very good engagement for Scan, taking out Mutalisk 1 by 1. And very good use of the Wraiths. Really nice move patrol micro there, using a quick bout of patrol micro, but that wasn't enough. GG is called, and Miso will be your champion for the Clash for Char number 12. People said it couldn't be done, but Scan has been taken out in the finals of a foreign tournament, admittedly by a Korean, but he put up a good fight, but his teammate just too strong for him in that series. Really well played by both. Such an amazing series to watch. And you know what? I am so glad we got to see that. That was well worth casting for... I've been casting now for 4.5 hours straight. Speaking by myself, I'm sure Sale is probably kicking himself knowing that he couldn't cast that game. But yeah, it's 5 AM in Korea right now. And they've been up for a very long time, as Recept said. And you know what? They did a very damn good job. I am so proud of both players. I want to thank them both so much for obviously taking part. the final prize pool as it stands is $236 US, and that will be distributed over a 50-30, 10-10 split between 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And that will be the end, once again, of this Clash for Char. I would like to say a few rounds of thank yous, of course. Thank you, of course, first of all, to all the players who signed up. If you hadn't have signed up and played, we wouldn't have seen such amazing games, and we wouldn't have had a tournament to begin with. Admittedly, I would probably host a tournament for 2 people, because I just enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun. And thank you, of course, to the people watching. I know the viewer count went over 400 viewers at one point, so thank you very much for tuning in, thank you very much for supporting the stream, and thank you very much, of course, to all the donators, all the people who donated with the code, Matcherino, of course, for supplying the code, and of course the very generous donations from the people who did donate their own money. Thank you very much to everyone. Just to quickly go through a few of the people, you can actually see a full list of the donators here. I'll probably do a big thanks in the thread, but there we go. You can actually see all the donators there. So big thanks to them. Of course, a huge thanks to Dezenezi and of course Gabriel Verlaine for supporting with such a huge amount. And anyone else, of course, as well, for donating. Very much appreciated. And I will have another... Well, we know there's not going to be a TL Open next week. And just because of Zotac, I'm actually going to give Clash for Char a week off as well. So Clash for Char will be back actually in 3 weeks. Oh, actually, I may do a Clash for Char next week because the weekend after I'm busy both days. So if Clash for Char isn't back next week, it will be back. Clash for Char will be back in 3 weeks' time. That will be the 16th? The 17th of December. So if there's not Clash for Char next week, you'll find out about that in the thread on TL. There will be a Clash for Char in 3 weeks' time on the 16th of December. That will, of course, be the final Clash for Char of... well, pre-Christmas, I believe. I may be able to do one over Christmas. We'll soon see. And you know what? Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for all the support. I am going to host another tournament that's just starting up. Clan SK is running the SK Team League, which is where some of the players went earlier to play their games. So let me just check that I've definitely got the right username, and I will host them up. I did say I'd do that last week. So it looks like it will be clan_SK_TV. The Brood War fun does not end. You're about to go and watch KDB versus EF, IFU versus DM, SK versus Red, and that will be the SKTL Season 1 Week 3. Do continue to support Brood War, guys. If it's not for all of your support, these tournaments wouldn't be running. And you know what? We will be back very soon. It looks like Miso and Scan want a rematch, but let's say I can cast from replays after, but yeah, there we go. Clan_SK_TV. See you guys. Oh wait, actually, I'm gonna do something that I wanted to do this whole time because I really enjoy this. But I'm gonna do the Pro League style bow to the camera at the end just because I can. Once again, thank you very much for tuning in, and see you guys next time.